This is ULMAS 2, our F1 in Schools team, and today we're going to be giving a speech on our projects and how we went about entering the competition. So first of all, we learned somewhat what it might be like to work within a Formula One team and in that industry, and what it would be like to develop parts to tight deadlines. So throughout the competition we learned a variety of different skills, such as communication, having to communicate as a team, working on teamwork, keeping each other updated on where we were up to, and we also learned some transferable skills to industry, such as CAD and CAM, which Tobias will talk about now.
We used Fusion 360 as recommended by F1 in Schools to make several iterations of the design of our car, which we're able to test and improve virtually throughout those early stages of design with Autodesk's other software, such as their virtual wind tunnel. We then went on to perform a few tests on the actual block, such as on a section at the front which we were going to cut out for the slope at the front of the car. We tested the tether guideline that would go into the block, how secure that really was in the block, and we put 400 grams on that and it was completely secure, so we knew we didn't have to do any insert for that. We also tried to make an axle hole straight through the block near the edge of it, and we're able to discern a safe distance between the hole and the edge of the block of 5mm. This then allowed us to redesign the final theoretical model of the car to meet our manufacturing limitations, which has been a great experience for working in engineering generally. This also involved working with the drill bit coming out 30mm from the spool, which meant we incorporated a shelf into the block at the front of the block, which we're not actually making the car from because the car is a bit shorter than the block, and also required we remove any overhangs.
So we carried out a lot of research and development before producing our car and designing it. So we looked at the history of Formula One cars and how they've adapted over the years in order to become quicker around a track. So we looked at the introduction of front and rear wings, weight distribution in the car, positioning the weight further nearer the back for better traction and other things like that. We also carried out a few sponsorship ventures throughout the competition. So we attempted to establish meaningful connections with relevant links to learning. Just one of the connections we established was with the University of Liverpool, who offered financial support in order to allow us to compete in the competition. We also had the benefits of seeing what it is like to be in higher education from the University of Liverpool, so we had advantages like that. We also established connections with relevant local industry, who, because of their connections, we were able to actually use the equipment to manufacture a car. We ensured that these connections were mutual between ourselves and our sponsors through offering them something in return through branding on the car potentially, and similar things to that. We took a few safety precautions when making the car. Tobias might want to talk about some of those taken.
So we got a full day's training from one of our industry sponsors, THCI, in the use of the equipment which was brought into school for the manufacturing, which was incredibly valuable, because that sort of technical consultancy could be valued at many hundreds of pounds. So that's really valuable for our personal development as well, going on further from this, as we all look to study engineering in university. It also ensured we were safe. There was a custom built for that machine cover as well, to ensure that any parts, even though it's just a foam block, if anything went wrong with the machine, we were safe throughout, and it was supervised as well.
Yeah, all of this gave us insight into what it might be like to work in industry, and gave us skills that we can potentially transfer into the future during our career.
Our aspirations for the future will to be either to go into university, to do a degree in engineering, or to do a degree in apprenticeship to do with engineering, and then hopefully our careers will end up to be doing something around mechanical engineering, like making cars.
That's the end of our speech. Thank you for listening.
I've been Tobias Holmes.
I'm David Little.
I'm Samuel Sell.